You're not looking to just improve your looks. You want to be noticed, especially from the women that you like. You want to walk into a room and feel like you matter. You want women to look at you the way they look at other guys. And right now, you feel invisible. And it is frustrating because you know you're not ugly. You see other guys and they're not even that much better looking than you. But for some reason, they get attention and you don't. You think to yourself that it's your genetics, that you have missed the genetic lottery. And I actually used to think that too. But here is what I learned. Most men aren't actually unattractive. They're just underdeveloped. They aren't ugly. They just don't look like they take themselves seriously. And the difference between being overlooked by women and being noticed isn't luck. It's intentional development of yourself. In this video, I'm going to show you how to improve your looks the right way. Not for validation, not to become someone you aren't, but to become the person you know you're meant to be. When you upgrade your appearance properly, women will respond differently, as I found out firsthand. And once you feel that shift in yourself, you can't go back. So, let's clear up a few ground rules. When it comes to improving your looks, there is a guiding principle that you need to follow. And if you fail to do this, you might as well just consider your chances of improving next to none. What this principle is the Pareto principle, otherwise known as the 80-20 rule. What most guys fail to do is apply it properly, and that is why most guys never get the results they are looking for. So, what is the Pareto principle? What it states is that 80% of the results we are looking for come from 20% of our inputs. And this is incredibly powerful because what this means is that we only really need to nail a few crucial factors for us to get 4/5 of the result that we are looking for. Most guys end up getting caught up on the little details, which only really contribute to around 20% of the outcome, which ends up wasting their time. And frankly, ends up not getting them the result that they want. And this is what happens when dudes come up to you and they say, oh, this type of stuff doesn't work. Oh, you're going to stay ugly. This stuff does work. It's just that they were missing the most important factors. So, here are the 4 main pillars that you should focus on. Lower your body fat, build visible muscle, fix your style, and fix your grooming. Let's just get straight into it and waste no more time. Lowering your body fat. Like you have probably seen in the thumbnail, having a low body fat is going to play a huge role in the way that your face looks. This is because when you have excess body fat, that fat is going to be stored on your body. And as guys, as we all know, it's going to be placed in unattractive areas like your face, like your nipple area. This is when guys get man boobs, your belly, and your love handles. What this does is this ends up making you look plush and squishy, which is the opposite of what women find attractive. So a quick lesson I'm going to teach you here. Men are naturally more attracted to curves on a body. So that is why we like women with a bit more fat on them. You like well-shaped boobs, you like a woman with some nice hips and a nice bum. It's because these are curvy elements and it flows. Whereas women are actually more attracted to an angular look. You want to think things like a sharp jawline, lean features, developed muscle. This stuff looks angular and women naturally find that very appealing. So there's the opposite. Women like angularity, whereas men like curvature. So when your body fat is too high because you have too much fat on you, you're actually less in the realm of what women find visually appealing because your body has too much curvature to it. This isn't something to worry about at the moment, however, because it's actually a really simple fix. So take your height, take your weight in kilos, plug it into AI and ask for a 200 to 300 calorie deficit. Now, what we need to do is track our calories. Use a calorie tracking app. I use MyFitnessPal. And what you need to do is log the food that you eat daily. Simply stick to this over a long period of time and you will see changes. This is what I taught one of my clients, Will. And not only did he make changes in his face, but he also made changes in his body. Discipline is the key factor here. You have to stick to the process over a long time, and that is how you end up seeing results. It takes months for these changes to apply, so you need to be patient. Next up, we've got building visible muscle. This is done by what we call resistance training, and it's where you move your muscles under load, or what we call lifting weight. This can be done in the gym using resistance bands or using your body weight. It's something that I've personally been doing for the last 6.5 years, and I definitely have noticed a huge difference in my appearance and the feedback that I have gotten from women. what building muscle does is it makes your physique more attractive. Like we have discussed previously, women tend to favour angular looking appearances. So when you build muscle, you add structure to your frame. So instead of looking weedy and skinny and like a stick, you end up enabling yourself to stand taller and stronger. And what this does is it plays into the female appeal of being attracted to capable men. So women actually like it when they know that the man they're talking to is physically, intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, and financially capable. Building muscle serves as a demonstration that you know how to work on yourself and that you are disciplined and focused. And these are qualities that women find really attractive. The main thing here, though, when it comes to building muscle, is to not make your physique your personality, but instead just let it be a nice compliment to your character. So what a mistake that a lot of guys make is they start building muscle and they think that's all you need in order to be able to achieve success with women. And whilst it'll get your foot in the door, it's going to make it really hard for you to be able to maintain women, because you need to think of it like this. Your physique enables you to get your foot in the door. It enables you to have that initial attraction. It's really important. But if you have a shit personality, if you're emotionally immature and you don't understand women, you're not going to be able to keep a woman. So building muscle is a good foundation to have, but there's other qualities you're going to need to build, okay? So if you're wanting to learn about building muscle, I've got videos on my channel about building it. So I would say after you've done watching this video, definitely go check them out. So next up, we've got fixing your style. So your style is a direct reflection of the amount of effort that you actually put into yourself. And it's also a reflection of how you want to be seen by other people. Different items of clothing are going to give off different energy. So it's really important that you are considerate of what you wear and where you wear it. So this is something that my girlfriend has actually taught me a lot about. Even something as simple as going to the gym, you should be mindful of the clothing that you wear. Take this as an example. This is what I look like when I'm at home making this video. I'm chilled, I'm not really putting much effort into myself, and this is how I actually used to go to the gym. I used to dress like this because I didn't really give a shit, it didn't really bother me. And there's nothing wrong with this if you're not wanting to look a certain kind of way. But this is where I'm going to challenge you. If you were to just put in a bit more effort, like I've done with the clothing that I've chosen here, and you wear clothing that fits you nicely, and it suits the environment you're in, as well as putting effort into the way your hair looks, like you see I've done in this video, there will be a notable difference in not only the way that you feel about yourself, you'll be more confident, but in the way other people perceive you. So the way you dress is genuinely such an overlooked aspect of improving the way you come across to other people. So one of the biggest mistakes that I actually see guys make that costs them opportunities with women is thinking that wearing expensive brands and expensive items means you're going to naturally get more attention from women. So I actually made this mistake a few years ago when there was this whole hype beast phase with like wearing Supreme and Off-White and Bathing Ape, all this kind of stuff, and I just followed it because it was cool at the time. Now I'll still wear some of this stuff because the quality is good, but it's more for the quality now and rather for what it stood for. And I ended up spending a lot of money, and as a result of it, it didn't help with my ability to attract women, because for the most part these clothing items don't look good. So that's something you want to be mindful of. Don't just buy something just because it's got a brand. Buy something because stylistically it suits the aesthetic you're trying to meet. So my advice would be to just cater your wardrobe towards staple pieces that you can wear over and over and over. What it's called is a capsule wardrobe, where you have loads of pieces that work together, that you can just constantly rinse and repeat, and it just works wherever you go. So my advice would be to use neutral colors, things like blacks, grays, whites, browns, tans as your base pieces. So this would be things like your jackets, your trousers, your t-shirts, hoodies, and sweatpants. And then what you need to do is you can use colors as accent pieces. So things like hats, glasses, scarves, or shoes work really well with putting in like a nice subtle blue. Sometimes you can go a bit crazy and do red, but you want to be very careful with choosing bright colors as main pieces. Sometimes you can have it as a main piece, but you need to be very considerate of how it's going to come across, because sometimes what it can do is make you look less professional and more immature and more childlike. So it's something you want to be aware of. And one thing that you'll be surprised with, you will actually be surprised with how good of a result a pair of jeans and a nice fitted black t-shirt will get you. So following on from a fitted t-shirt, you need to make sure that the clothes you wear fit you well. This becomes easier the more muscle you build, but as a general rule of thumb, you should follow: don't wear things that are way too baggy and don't wear things that are way too tight. If we look at the spectrum from baggy to tight, you're fine for the majority of the spectrum. You just need to be cautious as you approach either end of said spectrum. None of this clothing advice will help if your frame is all messed up, so you need to be aware of the posture that you have. Slouching posture is going to portray a lack of discipline, so it's really important that you learn to stand up straight with your shoulders back and your chest slightly lifted, just slightly. You don't need to go crazy here, but making this change will contribute massively to the way that you come across to other people in a good way. And lastly, we've got grooming. This one is massively underrated, and it's something that nearly every guy manages to mess up. So I'm going to quickfire this because none of this is optional. This is going to be your baseline. Style your hair properly. Wash it with shampoo and conditioner at least once or twice per week. Greasy hair is going to make you look lazy and it's going to make you look dirty. You need to shower properly. Yes, you need to actually clean yourself, and yes, you need to clean even places like your ass crack. Smelling bad is going to undo everything else you've worked on. Next up, we've got facial hair. Don't grow it unless it's thick. If it looks patchy or looks like pubes on your face, just shave it. That alone will improve your appearance. Shave or trim your armpits. Call it whatever you want. It will make you look cleaner and smell better. Make sure you wear deodorant. Make sure you wear aftershave when you go out. You want people to associate you with a good scent rather than a body odor. Trim your pubic hair. You don't want someone fighting through a jungle. It's simple. Brush your teeth. Make sure you floss. Make sure you use a tongue scraper. Bad breath will kill attraction instantly. Have a basic skincare routine. Choose a cleanser. Choose a moisturizer. That is it. You don't need 15 different products. If your skin tolerates it, try and get some sunlight. A light tan is going to make most guys look healthier. And lastly, keep your clothing clean, fresh, no stains, no smells. You can build muscle and dress well, but if you don't look clean, none of this matters. So I hope you found this video helpful. When it comes to this kind of stuff, remember, it's really straightforward. If you just focus on keeping these main pillars within your routine, I guarantee you're going to be getting great results. Remember though, you can't just do this stuff tomorrow and then all of a sudden you're going to look the way you want. This is going to require time and patience. If that's something you want personal help with, like what I did with my client Will, there is a link in the bio. If you found this video valuable, subscribe. It is a win-win for both of us. Send this to someone who you think may need it, and I will catch you in the next one.